Afternoon, everybody. Christian here. Today I'm going to share with you the second of a series of dreams that I'm sharing with you. If you haven't watched the first one, that's like a catch-up series of dreams that I have had several months back and then hadn't gotten out the content to you guys. If you haven't seen the first one, I recommend you do that in order to understand the second one. So I'll link it up here and watch that one first. All right. There's also going to be a third video that will be a third part, but this is just the second part. So, like I said before in the previous video, I have 3 dreams, all on basically the same subject matter. Very prophetic, very particular to my own personal situation. However, I believe that there's things you can glean from that would be principles that would be prophetic for your own life. And these dreams are all things that I believe are going to be manifesting, or I hate that word really, the way the world has altered that, but these are things that are going to be coming to pass in a very short period of time. So in the second dream, and again I want to say that these 3 dreams, I keep rambling off, but sorry. These 3 dreams, they're in no particular order. I don't remember which one came first, second, third. So I'm just giving to you as I make them, okay? So the second dream. In this dream, I see myself in the state of California. I don't currently live there, but that's what I see. And I am looking at a series of mobile homes. There's just a group of mobile homes, and they look rough. They look like they're in need of being restored or trashed. I mean, they're that bad. And like I said, I'm looking at a bunch of them. I don't know how many. Let's just say like 5. And I have a less amount of money, and I'll explain that in a minute. And I'm going to use this money, or I'm considering using this money, to purchase all of these mobile homes in the hopes of being able to flip them. But I realize that I can't. There's not any profit in it. I'm also aware that I'm not alone. There's people around me or with me on this venture. One of them, the only person I recognize in the dream, or the only person I get a good look at, is my own daughter. Her name is Faith, and that may have an element to play in her name, but in any event, that's who I see. And I say, after realizing that I can't make any money on flipping these mobile homes, I say, let's go buy businesses. And then I turn and head toward businesses like restaurants and things like that. That's the end of the dream. All right, so let me tell you what I understood about the dream. First, I'm in the state of California. That's interesting all by itself. California is a very difficult place right now. And we could go back and forth on politics and, government issues that maybe have caused a lot of people to leave the state of California. Or maybe it's the crime rate, or, whatever variable you want to point to. Basically, it's like everybody's leaving and thinking that California is dead and over with, That's the kind of common vernacular you'll hear on YouTube and things like that. But in this dream, I see myself deliberately investing into this state that has high taxes, has crime issues, has homeless issues, it has high cost of living issues, and yet that's where I see myself. So then that lines up with things that God has told me before about He wants me to go there. Now, whether I go there and live there immediately, or I later go there, I'm just, at this point in time in the dream, I'm only seeing myself looking through the lens of an investor. I can't tell you what all that entails. And, I'm just giving you this little piece of a dream and then telling you what I see in that. So anyway, like I said, it's interesting to me that I've moved into California at this point, and I'm there to invest. And this speaks of taking the land. I find it humorous that the baseball team in California is the San Francisco Giants. Moving into the promised land, you find giants. So that makes sense to me that they're named that. It's just humorous. Anyway, and the second thing I noticed in the dream is that the initial idea to go move on, residential assets, properties is a bad one. Basically, what I'm seeing here is the bottom of the barrel. That's what the mobile homes represent comparative to all the other types of residential housing that's there. And I see that I'm looking at buying them in bulk to get a benefit of economies of scale, to try to find profit there, value there that I could then flip, make a profit. But it's not there. It's basically, this dream is telling me that the residential market is saturated. It's peaked. There's no value there. And as a value investor, that's what you're looking for, is an opportunity. But then when I turn away from that and say, let's go buy businesses, that right there is the actual direction, the leadership that God is giving. He's saying, this is the path I want you to take. And so he's telling me to go do that thing, which means if I search it out, I will find opportunities where that will be profitable, where that will be a good investment. How do you want to word it? Like a good soil, that kind of thing. Not every business, of course, would I sign off on. There would be some that would not be good, right? So just because God's given you this word doesn't mean you can go buy any business. You still need to have understandings and seek and find what you're looking for. But I find it interesting also because you don't invest in business if a state is going to nothing. If it's going to just be running to the ground indefinitely, you wouldn't do that. So this is actually speaking of hope, even for the state of California. I find that interesting as well. So, the lesser money that was mentioned. What that is, if you watch the first video that I linked earlier, you know that I'm going to be investing money, and that money will be paying dividends, right? A yield, right, from that investment. And that's the lesser amount that I then go and invest into, in this case, buying businesses in California. So that's what that dream is all talking about. Now, some of this, you might be living in California. You might be looking at buying real estate, or you might be looking at residentials or businesses in California, and you might be on the fence as which way should you go. I believe that God's giving you a prophetic word. He's just giving you confirmation. Yeah, go that way. Do what God's telling me. It's the same thing He's telling you. I'm not the only person that's going to be doing this. There might be others of you who don't live anywhere, even in the United States, maybe. What you should glean from this message is that God will instruct you. He will give you the next steps to take, that He wants you, the path He wants you on. And so seek Him and He will give them to you. In this case, I got it to be a dream, and a series of dreams, actually. So I just wanted to share that with you, so to let you know that you're not the only one, and it is very common for God to speak to people in various different ways. Read through scriptures, and you'll find the same thing. And then see how He blesses them and creates entire kingdoms, from people and just who follow God and are led by the Holy Spirit. That's all we're really here to do. And then give our testimony when people ask, and show them this is what God did in my life. Let Him do it in yours, or something, whatever it is He has made you for. It will be far better than any life you could put together for yourself. That's all I have to say in this one, and I'll see you in the next one.